What up, Falstaff and drinkers of the malted beverage? Having a delicious OE, and I hadn't planned on making a video or a malt liquor video, and I see Falstaff. Hey, let's do an episode of Earl's Broken Screen. Who's on Earl's Broken Screen, you might ask? Let's find out.
It's time to make a hate video. Three scumbags I'm gonna address real quick. Reason it started, asshole piece of shit. Inked an RI.
So, Inked in RI, and Rainbow and Judd are the three people. Unless that Alabama 420 guy, I can't remember his name, is thrown in there. I'm not quite sure. I watched the whole video. My retention is zip. I'm tired. You know, I'm a human being. But here's what I'm thinking about this, about the hate video. Falstaff, well communicated. Those people were left with no doubt about how you felt. And some of your turns of phrase were pretty clever. And it's kind of interesting because actually, Inked in RI, I like that guy. He seems like a cool guy. Except for, and I've seen this, I almost feel like I'm like a newbie, but I'm starting to become like an old YouTuber. I'm like all covered in YouTube moss. For whatever reason, somebody begins to change or bring forth a facet of their personality as a way how they are going to express themselves. And Inked in RI was doing the occasional drinking video. He kind of talked about like, I'm drinking too much and it has an impact on the body and whatnot, so I'd like to, do something differently. And I was like, oh, cool, I wonder what he's going to do. And he decided to be the persona that he is right now, either that aspect of his personality or just a way he thought would be fun to express himself. And he kind of reminds me of Timmy Turner. When Timmy Turner first hit the scene, he struck me as a real genuine guy. That hilarious video of that goddamn horse that he did, I still laugh about that. And I know that guy is a smart, decent human being. But he chose to bring about the facet of him that I just kind of wonder. I kind of wonder about why is that attractive? Why do you want to express yourself that way? I don't know about either of those two. And frankly, Inked in RI and Timmy Turner, if you're still watching my videos, I doubt you are. I don't find it interesting. I find it. I wouldn't go so far as to say it as it's not boring. It's because it's not. It's almost alarming. But it doesn't interest me. I got to tell you, like, it seems to me that about 30% of my day-to-day interactions with human beings are negative. And some of them are almost kind of interesting in their, you kind of wonder how someone, I was dealing with somebody today, and I thought they were showing some fundamental inabilities to realize that the tools they were using in the direct opposite way to make them function. To the point where rather than figure out what was going wrong or ask for help, they stopped using those tools. And I started thinking about like 160 years ago, if that person had a flintlock rifle and a bear was charging at him, and they were like slapping the stock, hoping that would make it go off, and then they tried knocking on the barrel, hoping that would make it go off, and I just thought, well, you know what? The whole flintlock thing's not working out for me. I'm gonna let the bear eat me. But we're not in that kind of society anymore. So this person can get a brand new car and a bunch of credit cards. like that, but can't use a basic tool. All right, where did I leave off? Oh, I left off at the swill. Oh, and Rainbow and Judd. So I heard about those people coming on the scene, Rainbow and Judd. But I also knew who they were connected with, and I'm not interested in that kind of thing. I kind of like I mean, I like communities. I kind of like groups, but not really. So when people start grouping up, I actually my interest diminishes. So I didn't pursue any of these comments that I saw, Rainbow and Judd and whatnot. Then they sent me a PM. I'm like, hey man, really like your stuff. And they communicated, or he communicated, Rainbow, that he really had truly had watched my stuff. And he's like, said, hey, I would really like you to come check out my channel and sub and friend and whatnot. And I'm kind of reluctant to do that as well. Like I mean, but I don't want to refuse an invitation. But you know, I like to let my interests run free. I don't know what that means. I swear to God, I'm going to bed right after this beer. I'm so exhausted. I go to Rainbow and Judd's channel. I don't even know if that's what it's called anymore, actually. Anyway, so I go to look over. I'm like, well, I'll try to pick like their popular video. I'll try to get a sense of their best work. I did not click on their most popular video. I saw something about Black Metal Troy on there, and Black Metal Troy, for bad or for good, is a genuine character. And by that I mean I like people who are themselves, and you know, that's cool. He's cool. So I click on this video to see what, you know, they're giving a shout out to Black Metal Troy or something, and they spent a whole video threatening him, proclaiming that they weren't homosexuals, but something about if they were in jail, they'd have sex with him. And it went on and on. I didn't finish it. It maintained that theme, kind of like, we're not gay, but we'd have sex with this young man. I'm not sure actually how old Black Metal Troy is, but he's a young guy. And I was like, why in the world did this person want me to watch their videos? What's going on for them that they think that anyone's going to like that kind of thing? And it's the thing, this isn't a hate video actually, this is just kind of like, you know, you can't be friends with everybody, and the stuff that you're doing is not going to be interesting to everybody. So it's not like I'm writing Rainbow and Judd or anyone else saying, hey, you should really check out Bike Messenger 7. He's so interesting. You know, because he's not. But, you know, he's having a good time, and, you know, that might be fun. You're having a good time, I'm having a good time. I like to communicate with people. You like to communicate with people, so let's talk. And, oh, I remember when things finished up with Rainbow and Judd. Dan the Man was talking about having problems with somebody. I contacted Dan the Man on his birthday, did a video where someone said, you got a problem with me, or are you a dick in general? You know, the no-win question. Like, essentially, we're going to fight. And I'm like, I hate that kind of stuff. I hate that kind of escalation bull. And so I talked about, I told Dan, I'm like, hey man, just whoever's giving you a hard time, just tell him to put on some big boy pants and start acting like a man. And then I got a private message from Rainbow saying, "Did you say that about put on big boy pants and take a walk in them? Or are you making fun of me because I'm in a wheelchair?" And I didn't know he was in a wheelchair, and I don't see that it makes any difference. Um, I wasn't talking about walking around in pants. I'm talking about acting like a man. I'm talking about not causing a problem. You know, like if that's your motif, if that's how you express yourself, then so be it. It's the trying to include everyone else in your drama, and I'm sure for it's like for every 100 people you ask, maybe 10 are interested. So maybe you see that as a success, but I see that as kind of pandering to your source of expression, which most of us are going to find objectionable. Yeah. So I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd talk the talk that Falstaff can. That's some good talk, Falstaff. Um, I don't express myself that way. Um, but I agree with Falstaff and his feelings of I just disdain about people that kind of want to like fling their upset around, and spatter it on our walls and our windows. Um, I'd say keep it together. I'd say like pull it together, and there's so much more ways you could be interesting. Um, why should anger and hate and trolling and escalation and being provoking people? Why is that? I mean, it just seems like as a form of creativity, that's breaking a stained glass window. Like, sure, it's amazingly dramatic that you throw a rock through a stained glass window, because it really highlights the fact of how hard an artist would how hard it is for an artist to create that form of beauty and that highlighting and unique portrait of light, and you threw a rock through it. Yeah, it's notable, but I don't know how creative that is. It seems to me just a I don't know an act of creative desperation. Let's kill this and call it good, shall we? Yeah. Just be yourself. Don't be a jerk.